Throughout my time in Domino's, I've definitely come across a lot of colorful characters. You guys saw the story about the guy who did meth and got fired at work, and then working with Little Xan's biggest fan. And there's even another character that I want to tell about in a future story time. But today I'm going to be telling you about how I had to work with one of the biggest man-childs I've ever came across. I don't know if this guy had a developmental disorder. Maybe he was abused as a kid or something. Maybe he's just immature and weird, but I don't even know how he was able to become a manager somehow though. And but I mean, the funny thing is, when he works at another store, I'd heard that there are two managers who have to be there with him just because they don't trust him, because he hardly knows how to do anything. They put him on pretty much every position, and he can't even do one of them right. He can't even get the phones right, because he just picks up the phone and he says, hello. And then the guy says, like, I want a pizza or something. He goes, we're busy. And he just hangs up. And I was just like, what are you doing, dude? What's your problem? I mean, the guy is also seems to be very, very stupid, because he once asked me, he said, do you want some Skittles? And I said, okay. And then he gave me a vape. And I go, what is this? He goes, it's a Skittle flavored vape. And I go, I don't want that. I thought you had fucking candy. And he was all, oh, okay. And he was another time, I asked him, I said, like, can I have a pen? And I meant a writing pen, and he gave me a vape pen. I guess that's just, a little stupid thing that happens at work. I've had a lot of people who I guess just don't know. I have to literally say a writing utensil this time and say it literally flat out spell out what I want from these people at work sometimes, just because some of them don't understand. But don't get me wrong, some of them are pretty smart, I guess. So if any of them see this, then I mean, I guess I'm not really talking about calling everyone dumb or anything. But anyway, back to the other thing. This one man-child guy just, it was a really busy night, and, what he was doing was he was pulling all the pizzas out of incorrect order. He was cutting them wrong, and every time he thought I was supposed to help him with the oven when I'm not really supposed to, and it was always, oh, push the pizzas back in there or whatever. And I was all, what? I'm doing my own thing. There's like six customers here. I'm like, I can't help you. And then another thing he did was he was putting the pizzas on top of the oven, which you're not supposed to do, because they'll get all gross and nasty, because the oven has a bunch of nasty burnt pieces on it and stuff. And I mean, it's just really gross, to be honest. And I mean, another thing that's ridiculous is, I guess, immature people or stupid people don't really realize how immature or stupid they are. As the words of Patrick Starr, dumb people are always blissfully unaware of how stupid they really are. And everything. It's just, I guess he just doesn't know, because he was saying some guy at the other store that he works at sometimes is very immature and very childish and always tries to fight him and everything. And I mean, he's gotten to the point where I thought he was going to fight me, and I would probably win in a fight, but I mean, I don't want to start a fight with this dude just because it'd be really annoying and everything. But anyway, yeah, pretty much he was just really ridiculous and didn't know what he was doing. And with that night, when he put the pieces on top of the oven, my manager yelled at him and told him, like, what are you doing? You're not supposed to be putting the pieces on top of the oven. What's wrong with you? So then what he did was, I was just, how old is this guy? This guy is like 35 fucking years old, I'm pretty sure. He's going to be 40 in a few years. And he literally, this is what he did when the guy told him he can't do that. He goes, no, 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 you can't do that. And I mean, what are you, 6 years old? I mean, that's so stupid. I mean, couldn't you come up with anything? Couldn't you say, I'm sorry, or, oh, I didn't know, or I won't do that again? Or seriously, mocking someone in a childish way is probably the most immature, dumbest thing you could do. I mean, that is more immature. That is the lowest, bottom of the barrel, lowest of the low thing you could do. That is more immature than a your mom joke. It literally, that is more mature than saying I fucked your mom last night. That is more mature than saying your mom is so fat that when she sits around the house, she has to sit around the house. Literally, that is one of the most immature things you can do. And I mean, just, why couldn't he come up with anything else to say? I mean, that is just ridiculous. I mean, don't even think people did that in kindergarten. I mean, honestly, maybe one kid did that in preschool, fucking preschool, when we were still so young that we had to take naps in the middle of the day. Otherwise, we have mental crises and break down and lose our minds. It was just ridiculous. And I mean, that is, yeah, pretty much the story of the guy who may or may not be mentally handicapped, might have something wrong with him. I don't know what his problem is, but yeah, he's basically a giant baby. It's ridiculous. So, hope you guys have enjoyed this story time, and I will see you guys next time.